right. As you can probably tell by my choice of pre-show music and my choice of spoopy apparel, today we are going to be talking about Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which just recently started at Walt Disney World Resort. I know a lot of you are probably thinking, but it's August. I don't understand. There's not a problem with being excited and spiritual about Halloween in the middle of 90 degrees in August. To each their own. Don't yuck their yum. Like, let's just let people be happy. So I'm going to go through what Not So Scary is, what is offered there, and all of the new things that are happening this year. All right, so let's get this started. Here we go. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or people call it Not So Scary, is a special ticketed event that happens at Magic Kingdom in the fall leading up to Halloween. This year it started August 17th and it goes through October 31st. Now it is not every night August 17th through October 31st. It is random nights. I believe there are a few in August, a handful, like a decent amount in September, and then a lot of them in October, but not every night because it is a special ticketed event. And so if you just have a regular base park ticket or a park hopper ticket, that does not include the Halloween party. They like to keep it obviously open for regular guests who don't have Halloween party tickets. Maybe you don't celebrate Halloween, maybe just Halloween is not your thing. They still want to keep it available to guests who do not want to go to the Halloween party. Tickets range in price depending on how popular the night is. Obviously closer to Halloween the prices go up, but it ranges. I believe I saw the cheapest ticket for adults was $79 and it goes all the way up to $125, and this is all before tax. Children range from $70 to $120 before tax as well. So obviously the less expensive times are going to be in August, early September, that sort of thing, but the thick of it, like Halloween time actually, are going to be more expensive. So what is included with your ticket? Well, the party itself is from 7 p.m. until midnight. They kick out regular Magic Kingdom guests starting at 6 p.m. They have that time to, that's when they start being like, are you a Halloween party person? Blah, 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 blah. And if you're not, they escort you out of the park. But if you are going to the Halloween party, it officially starts at 7 p.m. Though with your ticket, you can start getting into Magic Kingdom as early as 4 p.m. Now this year it's different, where if you're a vacation club member, I believe you can start getting into the parks at 2 p.m, which is pretty cool. But 4 p.m. for the typical guest going to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which is great because you do get more bang for your buck that way. Other things that are included in your ticket price is candy. You get to trick or treat around the Magic Kingdom, and like, people come out, so say you spend $100 on your ticket, I have seen people come out with probably $100 worth of candy. Like, and it's not generic brand, like it is good quality stuff. So when you first get in, it's really great. All of the cast members are in the most adorable Halloween party costumes. They're like green and orange and black, and purple. They're so pretty. I love them and I want one for myself. But they greet you, they give you your wristband for that evening, and then they give you your initial trick-or-treat bag with already some candy inside. And a lot of times those are full-size candy bars. I'm not exactly sure the type of candy they're handing out this year. And I don't remember what it exactly was last year. But you get a good majority just to start off with. And then you get your map, and there are trick-or-treat locations throughout the park that you can go and just load up. And you can go as many times as you want. If you want to spend your entire night just trick-or-treating, that's your own prerogative. I wouldn't do that, but you certainly can, and you will probably get a lot of candy. candy. Also included are special character meet and greet. Some of those special characters include the entire 7 dwarfs, Moana, which is really crazy cool because Moana does not typically meet out in the parks, which is shocking. Jack Skellington and Sally, a bunch of characters in their Halloween costumes like Tigger, Pooh and gang, Minnie and Mickey, Goofy, and then also some fun things like Eric is typically out with Ariel, Gaston is meeting with Village Belle. It's just a bunch of different characters that you're able to meet. Those are all included in your party ticket. And they are spread throughout the park in specific locations. Like for example, this year Moana is meeting in the Tiki Room standby queue. They moved her last year. She was just kind of out in front of Jungle Cruise. Jack and Sally are typically in the gazebo in Liberty Square. The 7 dwarfs are typically back by Storybook Circus. And those characters will have the longest lines. And we'll talk a little bit more about character strategy in a little bit. There's special merchandise and special treats that are available at the party. Obviously, those are not included with your party ticket, but they are something special that is unique to those party nights at Magic Kingdom. They also have really fun photo pass opportunities. So if you have Memory Maker, or if you're an annual pass holder who gets unlimited photo pass downloads, there are some really cool opportunities with like the Headless Horseman pictures or some other fun ones in front of like Haunted Mansion and stuff that you should take advantage of while you're there. There is also a special Boo to You parade that is specific to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and that is what I was listening to earlier. It is one of my favorite parades. I love it so much. It starts off with the Headless Horseman going down. It is so cool. And the song will be stuck in your head until forever. There's also a special stage show that happens multiple times through the night, and it is the Hocus Pocus Villain Spelltacular show. And yes, it stars the Sanderson sisters, and I don't know how Walt Disney World Entertainment does it, but these girls always sound exactly like the Sanderson sisters. It's the craziest thing, but all the villains are in there and it's just so much fun. And then finally there is one showing of the special fireworks Hallow Wishes, which is hosted by the ghost host from Haunted Mansion and has a lot of really fun fireworks, obviously because it's a Walt Disney World fireworks show, but it's really, really fun and Halloween themed. The entertainment is some of the coolest parts of the Halloween party, and let me tell you, that is what I will spend my majority of the time doing. So how is this different for you as a guest? I talked about everything that is offered, what is included in your park ticket. First things first, you can come in costume. This is the only time that Walt Disney World will allow adults to come in costume, and now there still are adult guidelines that I would look, like for example, you can't have like a mask on. You cannot wear masks, but I would just read those prior to going in. And the entire atmosphere, everyone, it's just like a giant Halloween party. Like everybody is having such a good time, and it's the only time that you're going to be able to experience those at Magic Kingdom, because otherwise it's just going to be the magical Magic Kingdom. This is like spooky Magic Kingdom. It's the coolest thing. Also new this year, they've been doing overlays of some of the attractions. Space Mountain got like a spooky overlay where it's basically like you ride an entire darkness and they play like a rock and roll song, I guess, as you're going through. The teacups, they have crazy lights over the teacups. And then I think what's the coolest is that they introduced this Gunpowder Pete to Pirates of the Caribbean and have live actors at Pirates. Like, how fun and cool is that? So it's like this entire time you're trying to hunt for Gunpowder Pete, and then these live actors are interacting with you as you're sailing through the attraction. Like I said, I will spend a majority of the times doing the entertainment, but if you are there to ride some rides, the wait times will be significantly shorter than a typical Magic Kingdom evening. To get the most of your time, I would only hit like the ones that do have the overlays, plus probably Haunted Mansion because it's Halloween, you know? But if you are there to catch shorter wait times on like Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Big Thunder, that sort of thing, you can absolutely take advantage of slower times. Now I'm gonna go through and give you some tips and tricks on how to properly navigate the party. So first, going into the party after having a stellar costume choice, like obviously. I haven't decided what I'm gonna be yet this year, but we'll figure it out soon enough. Is figuring out which characters I want to meet. That way I can knock them out first thing and take the rest of the night to enjoy the attractions and the special entertainment. If you really want to meet more than one of the more popular characters, like Seven Dwarfs, Moana, Jack Skellington, and Sally, that's when you have to realize you are going to spend at least a few hours waiting in line for those characters. So say I'm gonna meet Jack and Sally first. They start lining up prior to the 7 p.m. start time. It really depends on how many people are congregating in that area, but I would get to the park at like 4 when you're able to get in, kind of get settled, take some pictures of the decor before the sun starts setting, and then I would make my way over to where those characters are going to be. Get in line, be ready to wait, and then right at 7 p.m. when they start to greet, you meet them, and then you either are done with your one big meet and greet, or you decide to meet more characters. So like I said, some of the characters are Jack Skellington, Moana, Seven Dwarfs, but then there's also some special ones out there, like Cruella de Vil is out meeting. The stepsisters are roaming around. They don't really have a designated area, but they just roam around. Gaston and Belle are in New Fantasyland. Ariel and Eric are in New Fantasyland. In Tomorrowland, there is a Disney Junior dance party with some Disney Junior characters. There's also Monsters, Inc. characters that are out there, including Boo in her costume that Mike Wazowski and Sully made for her. So cute. Lotso is also out in Tomorrowland. You can meet some of the grave diggers, which is really cool and exciting. And then there's still some of the ones that you can typically meet, like Mickey Mouse, the princesses in Fairy Tale Hall, which, can I do a side note? If anybody is ever like up on top at Disney and watches this, here is my one suggestion that I have been saying for years. I think for Not So Scary, you should take the princesses out of Fairy Tale Hall and put their respective villains in their spot. So it's Rapunzel and Tiana. You should put Mother Gothel and the Voodoo Man. Why can't I think of his actual name? Dr. Facilier. The Voodoo Man. In one side, and then Lady Tremaine along with, who's Elena's villain? Shariki? Is that real? Shariki? Listen, I love Elena, but I don't watch it as much as I should because it is a great, great show, and Craig Gerber is amazing and I love him so much. One time he tweeted at me, no big deal. That's what I think, and I think anybody who has any leeway should like say that, because I think that would be a great, great, amazing thing. And then you can still have the princesses like out and about in the parks, because I know like little girls are gonna be like, I wanna meet princesses. But like bigger girls like me are like, I want to meet the villains. Yeah, so any characters like that that are unique to the party, definitely make a game plan for prior to getting there and know you want to dedicate your time to meet them. I always meet the Seven Dwarfs because just like I love them. So I should note that if you are planning on making advanced dining reservations during Not So Scary, do not do that. Don't do that. Do not waste your party time sitting in a restaurant that you can eat at any other time at Magic Kingdom. Please do not make advanced dining reservations. Just please don't. You will thank me later. When you go in, obviously grab a map, and that will show you all of the fun food that is special to Not So Scary in Halloween time at Magic Kingdom. That is all listed there and listed at which quick service locations you can get those items at. I was always a fan of the candy corn soft serve ice cream, soft serve ice cream that they introduced last year. But now, in addition to the soft serve, they also have a candy corn milkshake, which like I always say share it with somebody else, like the millennial. It's the same thing as the millennial pink milkshake that they came out with a few months ago, but it's the candy corn ice cream. I'm so excited. And I should say, if you have allergies, there are allergy-friendly options for you. I know there are a lot of like gluten-free friendly snacks and treats. And then also if you have an allergy to any of the candy, you would get like a little token from the cast members and you give that to the trick-or-treat people, and they'll make sure you get an allergy-friendly bag of candy, which is really nice. Disney really steps up their game when it comes to food allergies, and nobody has anything to worry about a majority of the time. So talking about entertainment, the stage show and the parade has multiple options before viewing, whereas Hallowishes only has one showing. So really depending on your availability in the party, this is how I would plan it. So the stage show has 3 showings. There's one at 8:30, 10:45, and midnight. That's the last thing before the party closes, is the stage show at midnight. The Boo to You parade is 9:15 and 11:15. And then the Happy Hallowishes fireworks are at 10:15. So I always suggest not going to the first Boo to You parade because that will be the most popular option to go to. A majority of the people will go. The only reason I would say to possibly go to the first showing of Boo to You is that if it's going to rain later that evening, because they will rain out one of the parades. So just in case, if you're looking at the radar and you're like, it looks like it may start raining around 10:30, 10:45, go to the first showing of Boo to You just in case. That's what I would say. So what I personally would do is at around 9:45, I would be done meeting all of my favorite characters, riding the 3 new attractions that have the Halloween overlays, and I would get a spot for Hallowishes around 9:45, 10 o'clock, somewhere in front of the partner statue closer to the castle. Note that people may be staying there from after the first showing of the Boo to You parade, so you may need to like make your way in. But anyway, get settled before 10 o'clock, have your spot for Hallowishes that starts at 10:15. That lasts about 10-15 minutes, I forget the exact run time. But then that'll take you to 10:30, and then you have about a 15-minute break before 10:45, which is the stage show. You're already in front of the castle, you're already in front of the stage, so that way you can just kind of sit there and wait for the stage show to start. Then the stage show will end around 11 o'clock, and then at 11:15 is when the second Boo to You parade will start. So yeah, it's a lot of standing, it's a lot of waiting, but that way you're not having to like go back and forth like, oh, do I have time for this? Oh, I didn't get a good spot. You're just in one spot. And then you can designate one of your family members to go get some treats while you guys have your spots in between, and then come back. That's what I suggest. But again, that is on a perfect day. You never know what the weather is going to be like, so take that into account before you decide your party plan. There is a lot to do at Not So Scary, and it will feel like you are non-stop the entire time, but it is so worth it. It's so much fun. Just seeing everybody's costumes. Everybody is so creative on this night. I've seen some that I've like even stopped at and asked to take their picture with them because they're just so memorable and I love them so much. Everybody is just in the best mood possible, and it's a really, really cool thing to experience if you have the availability and the means to do so. So yes, like I mentioned, Not So Scary runs from August 17th all the way to October 31st, and fall is out and about at the Walt Disney World Resort. It's really an exciting time. I am going at the end of September when I am there for my trip then, and I'm very excited to experience all of the new things plus all of my favorite things that I've experienced in the past. So are you going to Not So Scary? I want to know everything about it. What are you wearing? Are you gonna wear a costume? Are you gonna wear some just awesome Halloween swag like I have? This shirt, it says, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus. It's so fun. It's from my friends at the Bucket List Narratives. I'll link that below, and if you use code Miranda10, it'll save you a little discount on some money. They also have really fun phone cases too, some Halloween ones, plus some non-Halloween ones if Halloween's not your thing, but super exciting. I'll link that below. I want to know, tell me everything. What have you loved about Not So Scary? What are you looking forward to the most? Do you have a character who is on your must-meet list? Because I would love to know. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/magicalmomentsbymiranda, and follow my Instagram @themagicalmiranda. All right, I hope you all have a magical day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.
Come on.